In the trenches with Chinese internet stocks. Scott, I want to kick it off with BIDU down over 5% yesterday. Good short, like you were talking about yesterday, but now, if we sort of found a bottom here, what do you want to do with the stock?
Well, the Chinese internet as a group got crushed yesterday. And we talked about the market could pull in, but we have to look at the leaders. And you could enter and exit at the right time. So I said there was a level that was very important in BIDU that if you're long, you need to set your stops to get out, take your profits. And if you're a fast cash flow trader like we are here, you can get short. And my community scored yesterday. If you look at BIDU, this was the area I was talking about. First, as an investor, we talked about buying here around 125. Nice move. This was your earnings, your false breakout. That got you out of the trade because it couldn't continue higher. That put you on alert that you have to put your stops here at support, which was about 146. And for my guys who weren't long anymore, they use this as an area to short. Now moving forward, it held support. Some of my traders might be playing a bounce. You could buy a little bit versus 136.50 because now this is a new point of reference. But I wouldn't, as an investor, unless you have a really big risk tolerance, just start buying here because the stock now has a lot to prove. This group right now is technically broken somewhat.
So for the leader for a long-term investor, you have to wait.
You have to wait right now.
All right, so then let's go to SINA because that was down almost 10%. I have to ask, is this trade broken? Is the chart just dead? I
think SINA's trade is broken also. It was a great mover. It showed some technical weakness when Goldman Sachs downgraded it. You saw a false breakout 2 days ago. If you look at SINA, it now has a nice upper wedge that seems like it's going to be resolved to the downside. We had a nice buy right around here. We sold into this, and some guys are now short, and you could look at yesterday's low to trade against of 122, but I think you have to be out of the way on SINA and a lot of these things. And same thing with SOHU and the tests and the rest of them. Right now, this group is in the penalty box. Unless you're a quick cash flow trader, I would stay away.
And talking about a quick cash flow trader, a little tongue twister, we have to go to Renren IPOing today. How do you trade a hot Chinese internet stock IPO?
This is an exciting day for traders because there's a lot of opportunity, especially with this one that's being talked about everywhere. We've had a lot of good ones over the course of the past 6 months, whether it was YOKU, Dang, Chihu, the whole 9 yards. This is what you do. Okay, I think, what price is it? It's 11 to 14?
Trading between 12 and 14. We'll see where it opens. The medium range was at 13.
What I like to do is just say it's 11 to 14 and opens up at 16. Okay, and then all of a sudden comes down to 15, trades for 15 minutes. Once it trades above that opening price, whether it's 16 or 18, whatever it is, that's where traders will buy it and then set their stop and see if they can get momentum to the upside. If it breaks that opening price, goes and comes back below, we get out of the way, and that means there's not a lot of strength there. But sometimes if it breaks to the upside, you can catch that momentum. But for an investor, for Renren, I think you have to wait at least 3 to 4 weeks for it to establish a range, and then we'll come up with the pivot point for you to invest.